Alright. I always say that. I guess that's my thing. Maybe I'll just make an intro for my videos that is just a big, colorful, alright. It'll come in and you just see this big thing saying, alright. And then I'll do a voiceover of me saying, alright. And then it'll cut to me and I'll be like, alright. Anyhow. Morning. As I'm sure you can see, it's dark out. It's getting light, but it ain't light yet. I'm on a little 2-lane highway. Been dealing with traffic for over an hour now. It's 6:50 in the morning on Tuesday, November 25th. Another part of trucking. You know, I left with plenty of time to get down to my delivery a good half hour before they start receiving, so I can be untarped and untied when the receiving guy comes around and starts checking people in. I got, I don't know, 45 minutes into my drive and found some traffic. Apparently there's a fatality crash on the freeway, so I-5 South is closed at Woodburn. They've got everybody exiting off at the Woodburn exit, cut over to this little 2-lane highway I'm on now, and then we run like 14 miles down this highway where it'll jump back on the freeway south of the accident. The accident was actually like 5 miles past the exit we took, but apparently this was the best way to detour traffic. I don't know. I know we're getting down to the point where there's not a whole lot of exits or towns down here, so this is the way they have us going. So I sat in the backup on I-5 to get to the exit, and now since we've got off the exit, it's been pretty consistent between 5 and 10 miles an hour. We were just sitting at a light, so we'll get up to a little bit of speed for a minute while we catch back up to the people that made it through the light when it was still green, but then it'll slow back down to 5-10 miles an hour. So yeah, like I said, I've been sitting in traffic for probably about an hour. My GPS said I would have got to my destination at 7:30 most of the drive, and then I hit traffic. Now it says 8:20, so I've lost 50 minutes. I've been sitting in traffic for about an hour, and I've lost 50 minutes off of my ETA. Yeah, here's all the brake lights. And I'm sure that's only going to get farther behind because I've still got 10 miles until I get back to I-5, and it's a little 2-lane highway the whole way, so it's probably going to be, you know, a good hour before, at least, before I get back to I-5 and we can get up to speed and actually run. So, and then once I get back to I-5, I'm still going to have a good hour at least until I get to where I'm going. So part of trucking, you know. It's you spend this much time on the highway, it's just a matter of time before you run up on a fatality crash or, you know, some other reason why the freeway's just closed unexpectedly. And, you know, whenever it's happened to me, it's always in a place where you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's not like you can take an exit, go up a mile past the wreck and jump back on and go. It's, you know, like I said, there's not a whole lot of exits down here, and the ones that are here, there's not necessarily a good route linking them together to just go around something and jump back on. That's why this is like a 15-16 mile detour. It's you know, and then you've got that's enough, you know, probably by itself that you're having to go out of your way, but, you know, to slow you down anyways. But we're, you know, going through a little town and then jumping on a little 2-lane highway that's like farmland, you know what I mean? And you've got all of the traffic from I-5 South going through this little town on this little highway past these people's farms, and like, this little town's not set up for this. These roads aren't used to this. That's, you know, we're jamming up their city or town. I don't know what I call it, a city, but you know, it's they're not used to handling this amount of traffic. So you've got what's normally 3 lanes of traffic flying down the freeway, rush hour time of the morning, all cramming into this little tiny town, and then this little 2-lane highway, and, you know, it's causing backups, of course. I mean, there's no reason that it wouldn't. So, and there's 9 more miles now until we get back to the highway, so, yeah, I'm sure the people that live here are not happy about this, obviously. And, you know, it's, I don't want to take the focus off of the unfortunate incident that happened on the freeway. I mean, we exited so far before it that you couldn't even see anything. So I don't know what kind of accident it was, how many cars were involved. I don't know anything about it, other than the freeway's closed and somebody died. All the news trucks were there, and they've been talking about the fatality crash on the radio, but no details as far as, you know, what happened or when it happened. I'm sure it probably happened in the middle of the night, you know, because the news on the radio was talking about hoping to start opening up some of the lanes of the freeway around 7 a.m., which is like right now. Well, that'll suck. Well, I mean, it won't, but sitting over here way out of the way of the highway in this detour, and now they open up lanes and all the backup on the freeway, people that were miles behind us are going to be way ahead of us because, yeah, anyways. But if they're already, you know, if they're planning on opening up some lanes, or at least 1 lane by 7 a.m., that means this happened a while ago. The investigation's been going on for a while, because when there's a fatality crash, the freeway's closed for a while. So it didn't just happen. So. But you've got to, you know, think about, you know, however many people died, whoever died, that's unfortunate, you know. Judging by, you know, my assumption of what time it happened, it's likely there was probably alcohol and speed involved. I have no idea, just speculating. But, you know, I would have to imagine it happened around 2 or 3 in the morning. Which, you know, I don't know. So anyways, unfortunate circumstances have affected a lot of people's mornings, so just figured I'd give you an update since I got one. As far as the wreck on I-5 South earlier that caused the freeway to be shut down and the big detour and all that, found out what it was, and I was right in my speculation that alcohol was involved. It sounds like a drunk driver decided it would be a good idea to go northbound on the southbound side and ran head on into somebody going southbound and killed that person that was going southbound. So sounds like the innocent person is the one that got killed, and I think the drunk driver survived, and that's what happened. So that's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, no matter what, that somebody lost their life in a traffic accident. It's even worse because it was, you know, a drunk going the wrong way on the freeway. You know, I don't drink. Occasionally, very, very rarely, I'll have like a beer, and I don't even usually finish it because it tastes like crap. So I don't really drink. So I have my opinions on that stuff, anyways. But you know, it's just sad how, you know, one person's extremely poor decisions can cost an innocent person their life. So I actually had that kind of happen to me. Obviously, I didn't get hit by an oncoming driver, but it was when our 4-month-old son, right after he was born. So we like went to the hospital and stuff, and my wife had the baby, and so I run home to get a cooler, and as I'm taking the exit, or coming up to my exit to go to my house, a car is coming down the ramp the wrong way to get on the freeway, going the wrong way. So I couldn't take my exit. Fortunately, I saw the headlights coming and was like, what the heck is going on here? And so I didn't take the exit. I stayed wide. The car flew by me. And there was other cars. I mean, it wasn't even like the middle of the night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And it was like a Wednesday, or I don't remember what day of the week it was. But it was, you know, 10 o'clock at night on a weeknight or something. So, yeah, the car flies by. I kind of went past my exit. It flew by, and then I cut over and took my exit. And, I mean, that was a close call. I had another friend, somebody I know got sideswiped on Highway 14 in Vancouver by a car going the wrong way. Like all of a sudden traffic like all parted, and there was a car coming straight at them the wrong way, and so they like swerved and it like sideswiped them or whatever. So surprisingly, this seems like it's semi-common, and I would have to assume that the person is always drunk. How do you do that sober? I mean, I don't know. So anyhow, I just figured I would share that that's what happened, since I just found out. So ew. That's different. Trailer in there. There's a pole on that side of me. Or a concrete wall. That I'm afraid I'm gonna hit. It's like right there next to my truck. See it. There we go. Once I got around that concrete, wasn't so bad. Straighten up. There we go. Show you the whole thing. See that yellow triangle? Should be straight ahead of you. I was almost running over that bottom corner of it, so I couldn't swing the front of my truck where I wanted to until I got past it. So then once I got past it, I had to straighten up just a bit, because in trying to maneuver my front end around that, it put the back of the trailer somewhere where I didn't really want it. But you know, with backing up, you have to watch the front and the back, and sometimes you have to let the back go somewhere you don't want it to go in order to maneuver the front around something, which is what I had to do there. But no big deal. Once I got like I said, once I got clear of that to where I knew I wasn't going to hit it, then it was no big deal. I've never had the trailer be on that side whenever I've had to squeeze in with the trailer, and the trailer was on the side I'm on, and that was a little bit different. But anyways, end stress. So I'm a happy camper. I've mentioned it a few times now, probably edited it out at least once or twice, but I know I talked about it again yesterday, that I had told my dispatcher that I'd like to be dedicated, just running back and forth from Evraz to here. She said she'd keep it in mind, which, as I've said, you never know how to take that stuff when it's not face-to-face. And then immediately after, I picked up at a job site, took that up to Seattle, reloaded up there, took that to a job site. Then yesterday, got another one of these loads. So I was like, woohoo, at least she's giving me one every now and then, right? So I just got empty, obviously. I'm driving my way out of here. Got a hold of her, said, hey, I'm empty. She said, head back for another one. So I'm a happy camper. I thanked her a bunch, told her she's the greatest. I'm happy. I got, I wouldn't say that this is what I'm doing now, like, every day, but at the very least, she's getting me on these a lot. So that was the gate that I talked about the other day, that it said trucks with trailers longer than 40 feet not to use. I just went out it. Obviously, no problems. So anyhow, I'm a happy camper. I like this run. So yeah. Hello. I'm all done for the day. I never said goodbye. I was feeling a little bad about it, so I just figured I'd say goodbye. This load probably looks semi-familiar, huh? Just covered in tarps. They all look the same once there's tarps on them. So anyhow, hey look, steel beams. Or not beams, but steel tubing. So I'm parked, done for the day. Gonna walk to my pickup and go home. So I'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, huh?